There's a part of you that never sleeps, a silent observer, always watching, listening, remembering everything. It doesn't speak in words, instead it speaks in feelings, symbols, instincts, the quiet language beneath thought. That part is your subconscious mind, and whether you realize it or not, it's the one truly in control. Psychology calls it the unseen engine of behavior. It runs every heartbeat, every habit, every impulse. It shapes your beliefs, your fears, your sense of self, silently, beneath awareness. The conscious mind, well, it's just the surface, the tiny tip of an iceberg, floating above an ocean of memory. You think you're steering the ship, but most of your life is already being navigated by that vast unseen mind below. Every reaction, every attraction, every decision you think you're making, it starts there. 95% of your thoughts today are the same ones you had yesterday. That's not coincidence, that's programming. The subconscious runs your patterns so your conscious mind can focus on survival. It automates, it predicts, it repeats. But here's the secret no one tells you. The subconscious doesn't judge, it doesn't question right or wrong, it simply obeys. Whatever message you feed it, whatever story you repeat, it turns into reality. That's why belief is so powerful, because to the subconscious, belief is instruction. If you say I'm not enough, it doesn't argue, it agrees, and then it builds a life that makes that belief true. If you say I'm capable, it opens doors your conscious mind never saw. Your reality follows your repeated thoughts, because repetition becomes instruction. That's how your subconscious writes your world. But where did those beliefs come from? Most of them were never yours. They were whispered into you by the voices of your past, parents, teachers, society. Every word that carried emotion left a mark, a neural path carved deep. When you were young, your subconscious was wide open. Every tone of voice, every reaction of love or anger became code, and that code still runs you now. You may have grown up, but your programming didn't. That's why change feels impossible sometimes, because you're trying to rewrite your life using the conscious mind, the part that writes words, while the subconscious speaks in emotion. You can't talk your way out of a feeling that was learned in silence. You have to feel your way into a new one. That's why affirmations without emotion fail, because the subconscious doesn't hear words, it hears energy, belief, repetition soaked in feeling. That's how reprogramming begins. Psychologists call this process neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself through new emotion, new focus, new repetition. Every time you visualize success, every time you hold gratitude instead of fear, you're teaching your subconscious a new language. It's not magic, it's biology. Neurons that fire together, wire together, and the more you focus on something, the more real it becomes, not just in your mind, but in your body, because your subconscious doesn't just think, it feels, it creates. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to succeed effortlessly while others struggle endlessly? Or why certain habits, fears, or self-doubt linger, despite your conscious efforts to change? The answer lies deep within, in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious is not just a passive storage space for memories, it is an active force that silently shapes your beliefs, habits, decisions, and ultimately your reality. Understanding this hidden power can unlock doors to lasting change, success, and inner peace. The subconscious doesn't live in the future or the past, it only knows now. So every time you say, I will be happy someday, your subconscious hears only one thing, not now. But when you say, I am learning to feel peace, you give it instruction in the present, and it begins to act immediately. That's why mindfulness matters, not as a trend, but as communication with your deeper self. Awareness is the bridge between conscious and subconscious. Back at school, we had yoga classes. They were not conducted regularly, but it did come once in a while. And kids, oh, we loved doing shavasana, lying down, quieting mind and concentration on breath. We all did the lying down part correctly, but when it came to the rest, our yummy lunch breaks, to come, took the front seat with some mental chit-chat in the back, and it totally sped off past the quiet road it was supposed to stay. So, yoga was just an act at school. First time I probably shut off my conscious mind properly in a meditation was at 22. I was trying astral projection out of a curiosity. I plugged in my earphones and played some frequencies, probably some binaural beats. And binaural beats are no joke. My conscious mind chatter went totally off, but I was aware. Symptoms of a spontaneous Kundalini activation happened, which we can discuss in detail someday. And that sparked my future meditations. The one difference with that meditation to my previous ones was silence. Not external, but internal. Internal silence helped trigger the knowing of something that was always already within, the life force that sustains us. Scientifically, parallels of Pranichikawai in us could be the culmination of all sustained bioelectrochemical reactions happening in mitochondria of each cell till the day of death. Every fear you've buried, every wound you've ignored, still lives there. Unhealed, unseen, unheard. It doesn't disappear, it waits. It manifests through anxiety, self-sabotage, and unexplained emotion. You think you're broken, you're not. You're just being spoken to in a language you forgot to understand. Your subconscious doesn't punish you, it protects you, even when it hurts. Every defense mechanism, every wall you've built, was designed by a younger you who just wanted to feel safe. To heal, you don't fight that part. You listen to it, you thank it, and then, you teach it something new. That's silence you feel when you close your eyes. That's not emptiness, that's communication. The subconscious doesn't need words, it speaks through intuition, dreams, the pull in your chest when something feels wrong, the warmth in your heart when something feels right. It's the quiet whisper that says go when logic says wait. It's the invisible compass guiding you home. So, how do you awaken its power? You don't force it, you align with it. You start by becoming still, by noticing your patterns, by watching your thoughts without believing all of them, because the moment you observe the program, you're no longer controlled by it. Meditation, visualization, gratitude, intention. These aren't just spiritual words, they're tools to access your own operating system. You are both the code and the coder, and awareness is the command line. You were never powerless, you were just unaware of how powerful you are. The subconscious isn't your enemy, it's your amplifier. Whatever you feed it, it multiplies. Feed it fear, you'll find reasons to hide. Feed it purpose, you'll find paths you never saw before. The world bends around the energy you hold inside. And, you know, that's not just a metaphor, that's perception. And perception, well, it shapes reality. So listen, not to the noise of the world, but to the silence inside you. That's where your true power lives. The silent, endless, creative force that built your life once, and can rebuild it again. Every thought is a seed, every emotion, water, and your subconscious. That's the soil that makes it grow. Choose carefully what you plant there, because whether you know it or not, it's always listening. The subconscious mind is not loud, it doesn't shout, it waits for you to pay attention, and when you finally do, you'll realize it was never silent, it was speaking in the language of your life. Your mind is not your prison, it's your power.